Call the meeting in order at 6:07 post meridian. Got my fancy park and rec pen.
Yes.
No, you haven't been there for a couple of months,
I
bro.
was here.
No, you weren't.
Derek.
Oh, you were late.
Derek, I was late.
Yeah, maybe the last 5 minutes.
I'll make a motion to accept the September 4th minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Right.
Unanimous. Organizational representatives. Unless the crickets want to talk, nobody. So. Old business.
I have a copy of the childcare budget we can get from Town Hall.
Yeah.
Also, I broke down what Andrea put together for the fiscal year childcare budget for 19.
Mm.
I would have all this in the packet here, and that was one thing we wanted to go over after our last meeting.
Mm.
Should be 3 sheets there for you, Josh.
Okay.
The expenditure we done in the first quarter, and also what the fiscal year 19 childcare budget was set up originally.
All right.
As you can see, it's a pretty healthy budget we have going.
Yeah.
Yeah. As we talked about in the last meeting, one area that would be concerned if base does eventually come into Raynham is they are paying their employees a little bit higher hourly wage than we are.
Uh-huh.
They're anywhere starting at like $15 an hour for site coordinators. And right now we're around $13.50 for that. We're starting at the same point, around $11 an hour for the new employees coming in.
Yeah.
But it's something that, as they get going in base, they're definitely getting the higher bump, and we don't want to lose our good employees over at base.
Right.
So it might be something to look at
Right.
about increasing a little bit more money for the staff
Mm.
in that area, in that avenue.
See, Amazon just bumped up their pay for everybody. Minimum wage is $15. For
Yeah, I saw that.
Point of interest.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else of interest?
No, it's all pretty much straightforward. I want to thank SJ for giving me a big hand today, putting together the how much we've done so far in the first quarter, because we're tracking that on our end.
Uh-huh.
But as you can see, we're definitely bringing some pretty good revenue at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all pretty much straightforward.
Any growth on possibility of expanding the program as far as space goes?
I'm actually meeting with Derek on Thursday morning,
Okay.
so we're going to be talking about base and possibly expanding on our end as well on Thursday morning.
Okay.
So that will involve getting a new license?
Yes, especially if we decide to go in that avenue of turning Merrill into before and after. That way we keep kindergarten first at Merrill, second through fourth at our location, and then the question is, with base, are they gonna take the 5 through 8? And so
Yeah.
that would open up more space in the 2nd and 4th grade program as well, from the Liberty.
And they're a bigger program than us?
In Bridgewater, they are, because they're not under the state license. They can basically bring in more kids, and they don't have to have the same regulations, the much stricter regulations that we have going right now.
I'd just be worried about them getting a foot in the door and then taking over more than just the middle school.
Well, I think we got that. That was the whole reason why Derek reached out to us.
Right.
Yeah.
That wasn't that.
He's-
I mean, there is a need.
Right, just a back of the head thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I can honestly tell you, I took a call in yesterday for a family whose child is not gonna be in kindergarten for 2 more years, just to get on the waiting list.
Get on the list.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's something that it's needed, it's something that we have to really look hard at.
Right.
Well, it's a work in progress, I guess, at this point.
Yeah.
And after I meet with them, I'll send you guys an email, as you know, what we're on the meeting.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving forward.
All right. Any other old business?
Just a couple of minor things to follow up with, some things that you wanted me to look into from the last meeting. Jim, you asked about the bocce court.
Yes.
I have Keith Mossman coming in to give me an estimate of what that would cost to do. Also, I did speak to the veterans agent in town about an Eagle Scout project. She
Mm.
did say there is somebody interested. I'm just waiting to hear back about the information, and then we can proceed with that. And Chris, I did walk the Raynham Forest.
Yeah.
You were correct, there's stuff covering trails. and-
Yeah.
But I did speak to Norm. He will be getting out there. I also spoke to the state to make sure that it does lie with us. And it does lie with us, but the state will give us some assistance if needed.
Oh, really?
Yes, they do
Oh.
have a crew that can go around and help out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, we should definitely take advantage of
Yeah,
that.
I spoke to,
Take some weight off of Norm's back.
yeah, Carl Story, yeah, and just mentioning Norm, they're doing a wonderful job, but they're, with all the rain and everything, they're really,
Yeah.
have a lot
Yeah,
of-
yeah. It'd be nice if they could get like a truck with a chipper on the back of it to just drive that entire trail,
Yeah.
but I don't think they can even get there with the way that it's set up
Yeah,
there.
it's pretty tight down there.
Yeah.
I went in, 300-400 feet, and it's like, where am I gonna go now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Okay. I saw your email on the dog park, response from Chief Donovan
Mhm.
and his concerns. It sounded to me through your email, or it appeared to me that he was maybe unsure of the area that we were talking about,
I did-
or of the, because there was a mention of, dog trails,
Yeah.
which is something that we talked about originally, but we backed away from that.
Yeah, and I am in the process of going back and forth with him a little bit, but what I got out of the email, he was more worried about, as we talked last week in the selectmen's meeting, about, I'm not really sure the exact term, about the target area.
Yeah,
You know, He was concerned, even though the target area is facing away from where the dog park would be, of possible somebody missing a target and a bullet possibly ricocheting
Yeah,
and
yeah,
going towards the dog park area.
yeah.
That was one of his concerns. His other concern was just people really hanging around the school area,
Right, yeah.
during the day.
Oh, yeah. I don't disagree with that. I think that would be an issue, but, or may be an issue. But my envision is that, when you pull into that area and park, and you have that space between, or the land between that retention basin
Mhm.
and the sewer department building, or the water department, that's the sewer
Sewer
department building.
department,
right there. That, it would be developed in a way that, you know, that's the end point of your travel for the day, and, you know, proper signage saying that, you know, during school hours, there's no, you know, no traffic beyond this point, et cetera, et cetera. It's literally right across the street from the Catherine's Way,
Yes.
the entrance to that roadway, so, yeah, I would be concerned about people walking their animals, you know, around the school property during the school day. But I think that we could probably address that with signage and, but as far as the area for ricochets or anything that outside the parameters of the fire zone and the backstop of the ranges, we should definitely look into that before we even go any further.
Mm-hmm.
But it was my impression from just looking at the property that that shouldn't be an issue, but it's definitely something we should investigate before we move further on that.
Absolutely.
With those 2 or 3 concerns on the table, have we thought about any other land in town that might be available to accommodate a dog park?
I've been running through my head a little bit.
Yeah.
But the one area would be possibly above where we have the board and softball field, up in that area.
Pine Groves, right?
That's right, I walk my dogs down.
But we can't.
But the problem with that, the one issue going up there is,
I don't.
is at what point does, because we need access to water. You know, at some point, because we have that issue
Right,
with
right, right.
rental property, is how far those lines really go and what the cost would be if we're gonna get lines expanded up
I don't even think we can talk about any recreational activity on the board and colony property the way it is. I
Yeah.
think we've maxed out, you know,
That's
I
the other
mean,
issue.
the only things we can do out there now are agricultural, so,
Yes.
but, you know, some things that just keep on our minds as, you know, as we,
What about, maybe we talked about Ruta's property? Joey Ruta, down on Church Street. We don't own the property, but
I'm not familiar with what you're talking about.
Joe Ruta,
Yeah,
there's a lot of property down there. The town doesn't have any of that?
I don't know.
No.
I have no idea.
Are you referring to the property where he's been doing all his building and all that land back
Well,
there?
he's got his area, and
Yeah.
then there's the other area where they built the houses, but there's, just seems there's a lot of property down there.
I think they still farm it. I think they still hay that.
Maybe his brother.
Yeah.
I didn't know if the town owned any land down there
I don't
at
think so,
all.
Jim. I don't think so. Do we still, the youth league still use this field out here?
Just youth lacrosse use it for some practices going on.
And it must be the real young kids.
Yes, because that's not a big field at all. No, and that's what, because they use for lacrosse practice back here and also Raynham Middle School sometimes.
I mean, this field back here, that might be a,
I was gonna say North School's not big enough, is it?
No,
They just
there's
took the
nothing there,
playground
right?
down.
well, the school would be big enough too. Yeah.
South school, north school.
I think those two areas we can investigate.
That
Yeah.
area off of Locust that we had talked about way back with Liz, that's actually
The forest?
the forest, that we were actually talking about clearing the walking trails.
Yeah, we were just talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that, you know, that's a state forest.
And we would have to, anything, even if we wanted to expand parking, we have to go through the state.
Right.
Any project, we have to go through.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, so we should, you know, as a commission and as a department, you know, as we move forward, just start to think about other open spaces that we can utilize. I mean, the Titicate Street space is nice because it's centralized. centralized, really. I mean, that's the most
Mm.
attractive part about that space, but, you know, the south and north schools might be some, the other issue in the south and north schools, now you're really in a residential neighborhood, so you might get some pushback from,
Right.
Mhm.
from area residents, even though dog parks people only use them, you know, during the day, and they're usually not crazy with barking and stuff. The animals, too busy sniffing each other and running around and barking. All right, any other old business anybody can think of?
No, nothing on my end.
Okay. Moving on, fall field use requests. Top of the list, we got Giants football.
They're looking for
Oh, yeah.
some lighted practice at night.
Yeah, they were using the outfield of,
Well, Burr, we've always used and set up the lights. And then,
Burke?
Burke outfield.
Soccer? Oh,
Burke,
the baseball field.
baseball
Yeah.
field.
No, they were using, the past couple of years, they were using the outfield of,
The softball field.
yeah,
They have?
because it's lighted.
Oh,
Yeah.
what, are you talking down, Liberty?
Gordon Colony.
Oh, they have?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
one of
don't
the.
know.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that would be the best place to put them.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
putting football right now and how wet all the soccer fields are,
Oh, forget about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
they'll tear it up.
Yeah.
We actually had to, with how wet and the amount of rain we've had, haven't been able to cut the fields, and we had to shut down soccer last week because
Did you really?
they were just too dangerous to play on.
Yeah, yeah. So they're looking for the outfield of the softball field at night.
Yep.
I don't think there's any conflicts.
No.
No?
All right, I'll make a motion to accept the Raynham Giants youth football permit.
Second?
For the outfield of the softball field only, none of
Yes.
their other requests.
Yes.
So no Mary Lou Aruda, no.
So just the Borden Colony
Yeah.
softball field.
Yeah, just the softball field. So that's your motion, it's been seconded. Any discussion, all in favor?
All right,
Aye.
Alright.
Moving on. Special Olympics, Kate Dyer is looking to use the Raynham Middle School soccer football field.
Yep.
a season.
They're just looking, they have practice on Sunday afternoons, they like to play some flag football, various activities, just, they're looking for a nice place to take the group.
Okay. What size of group do you know?
It varies, sometimes they have,
Oh, it's right there.
Yeah.
It's attached to it. Hello, open.
Yep.
Good job, detective. All right, Kate Dyer, program coordinator, the Special Olympics.
they have, and it's a wide range of ages.
Any sports throughout the season.
This is just for flag football though.
It's
A
all, it's for
number of
all
things,
sports,
yeah.
numerous
Oh.
different sports,
Oh,
it's
oh.
some they play.
Alright,
It's like,
Yes, we practice at the Williams School. Looking for a new place to have practices for our soccer and flag football teams. Any conflicts over there that?
nothing we have on file.
Okay. Anything, gentlemen?
is this something we normally charge for or no?
This is
This would be the
normal,
first time with
so-
this particular group with us being a nonprofit special
Yeah.
Olympics,
Yeah.
I would say,
Alright.
you know,
I'll make a motion to accept the Bridgewater Rainham Special Olympics.
Second?
Motion made and second to approve the permit. Any discussion, all in favor?
Alright.
Aye. Moving on.
I got it.
Got a letter here from,
A letter from Mrs. Rodriguez, the interim principal,
hmm,
just thanking us for putting down the mulch at the school. How we put down for the daycare and also for Liberty to stay in compliance.
oh,
Put
that's
down-
nice of her to reach out,
Yeah.
give us a attaboy.
Again, Norm and the guys did a great job. They went out there on a Saturday and laid close to 70 yards of mulch.
Wow.
Hadn't been done in a few years, so they had to pull a lot out,
Yeah.
put new ones in, and naturally, as soon as they put it down, we had that massive rainstorm.
Yeah.
And some ran, so we went out there and, you know, kind of put some back, and it was, on all the times it had to happen.
Wow, great. All right. Commissioners' reports, Mr. Daisy?
I was just gonna talk about the dog park, but that already got covered.
I have nothing, Chris.
I just made some observations over the last month, driving by the Pacheco basketball court daily. I've noticed a lot of activity with kids and bicycles in there, and actually they're damaging the courts with, looks like they're, you know,
Oh, skidding.
skidding all over it. You know, I've stopped 2 or 3 times to talk to the kids that were using it and just, you know, talked about respecting their facilities and making sure that they knew that the bicycles were not allowed on the playing surface. But I don't remember seeing any signage regarding like what's accepted use at that area.
Okay.
Because you're seeing kids in there with bicycles, with skateboards, with you know, anything.
Yeah, street
know.
hockey, roller skates.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if, you know, street hockey is, I don't know if those skates damage that
Yeah.
surface,
Yeah.
but
It'll mark it up pretty good.
certainly the
Yeah.
sticks will as they're striking
Oh, yeah.
the ball. You know, so maybe we can put together some signage that we can put on the 2 or 3 fences,
Mhm.
fence doors. Not that that's gonna solve everything, but it'll certainly maybe curtail some of that activity. And I did notice that the bleachers got installed there too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's good. But that would be my only commissioner report. Any report from SJ?
Nothing.
Tim, you got anything else?
Yeah, just a couple of things. We mentioned you wanted me to research the rent for the 2000 King Philip Street.
Yes.
They did finish installing the garage doors. I'm not sure if you've
Looks
driven by.
phenomenal, yeah.
The last time it was raised was in 2013, September 1st of 2013, up to its current rate of $1,050. So that was the last time it was raised. Before that, it was 2 years earlier.
Looks like we missed a couple cycles there.
So, something, you know, I'm not sure if it's time, road to reduce, I'm in
Right.
favor of giving them plenty of notice,
Yeah.
you know, to let them know
And I'd
about
hate
that.
to really have a huge increase because of our failure to properly address the rent. But I do feel that it's appropriate that the rent be raised to standard. What do you guys think?
I agree, but, so what is the rent right now?
The rent right now is
1,050.
$1,050, and before that it was $950, so it was raised $100 to that.
Yeah. I mean, my daughter pays $1,600 for a 1-bedroom apartment. You know? Again, I don't want to be unfair
No,
to the renters there and have a dramatic increase, but I think it is appropriate that there is some increase there. I think that's appropriate. What do you
Yeah.
guys think?
Yeah. We need a motion. I'll make a motion to raise the rental fee by $100.
I'll second that motion.
Do you wanna put an effective date on that, January
Um,
1st?
Well, what do you think?
I would think, this,
Yeah,
this
January
January
1st.
1st would be plenty of time. That'll give them a good 2.5, well, actually 3 months, excuse me, to be prepared. I can get a letter put together and bring it to them.
And that's still not where it should be, correct?
No.
Should we couple that with a letter or explaining or no?
No, I think it's self-explanatory. Yeah.
I'll make a motion to raise the rental fee by $100 effective January 1st, 2019.
I'll second that motion.
Any other discussion on the matter? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
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 And the other thing is, a couple other things. I made it to Open Day of Soccer this past year. It was a wonderful event. Soccer's done a great job. Unfortunately, I had a personal matter on Opening Day of Football, and I did reach out to football and apologize, but I did show up the following week to wish them luck, and the Giants are doing a wonderful job. Also made an appearance at Raynham Pride Day.
Yeah, I missed
And
that.
that was a great event. I was shocked they had pro wrestling out there. They had a big Remax balloon, so Kevin Ellis did a wonderful job putting it together, and the police were there, the fire were there, so it was a great event. Also, I just want to let you know that a gentleman was out flying a drone on Borden Colony the week of September 15th, 16th, and the drone got stuck in the osprey nest.
Oh.
So I am working with conservation to get that out. Right now, we have to get it out before next year's spring nesting season. So we can contact somebody to do it, or I'm gonna maybe see if I can speak to fire, but the problem is we can't drive a truck out there, because they're gonna sink right in. So
Yeah.
hopefully when things dry out, ground gets a little bit more solid, we can hopefully get out there then, and get somebody in there.
Yeah.
And,
Definitely want to get it out of there before the nesting season,
yes,
so.
actually, believe it or not, there's 2 in there.
Yeah.
He tried to get it out with another one, and that one got stuck as well. So,
How high is that? Like, is a ladder a possibility, or do they need a truck? I forget.
that kind of ladder would need a fireman's ladder to get
Yeah.
that high. My guess is the bucket truck is the only way to get up there.
Yeah, not only that, you
Wanna go try?
Yeah, I could.
I'm not like, put your spike boots on,
Yeah.
get in there and climb it.
That'll be
The only problem is it's like a
it's huge.
4 or 6 foot platform,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you'd have to get from pole to the outside of the platform. Yeah, I bet you could, you're a Marine.
Yes.
Marines
Once a
can do
Marine,
anything.
always a Marine.
Yeah, yeah.
Amen. I also spoke to Tony Rudy, who's going to be cutting the hayfield soon to keep in compliance with our APR, Borden Colony. And if you were around, we have our Park and Rec Halloween party on October 19th at 6:30 at Liberty.
Wow.
Oh, it's past my bedtime.
There's no bedtime
Just
for candy.
going back to the drones,
There's the three
any
stooges.
costs incurred you foresee any costs incurred to getting those out of there to?
If we have to hire a
transportation?
private company, there will be a cost incurred. And the gentleman that did come to me said he is willing to pay.
Okay,
Definitely caught me off guard when
yeah,
first the drone, so that's something else we may want to look at, is possibly no drone flying, over there.
certain area,
Because,
yeah,
because definitely you can, if groups come in, they want to use the airfield for their planes, but drones is a whole nother,
but we've even had to restrict that flying club after we built the multi-purpose fields, we had to change the way that they took off and landed, for, out of safety concerns for the, people using the ball fields,
Mhm.
So, same thing for drones, any knucklehead can go and get a drone and start flying it. One of those drops out of the sky at 100 feet,
yeah.
you could hurt, somebody could get seriously hurt.
Right. Not to
So-
mention the cameras on them and stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
and stuff,
Stuff.
most importantly.
What's the stuff?
Stuff. All right. Anything else,
That is it for me.
gentlemen?
These, we're gonna talk about this next meeting, is this just for us to review or? Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be an ongoing discussion, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna, until we figure out where we're going with
Yeah.
that one, I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we're now in October, so in all realistic, even if we started today, we're not looking till at least January, February to really get another program up and running.
Right,
And that's saying we push
right,
with nothing else on our plate,
right,
so
yeah,
that's,
right. Yeah, well, at least it's a, you're not doing it alone,
yeah,
No.
very true. And Derek's been great to work with.
yeah.
Right.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright.
The meeting is adjourned at 6:38 PM. Post meridian. Thank you.